Hey guys, it's Picasso here, and today I have a very fun video for you. I am showing you how I create 3D renders on Photoshop, which is something I just figured out, and I really want to play around with this whole 3D concept with my future fashion photography. And listen, all I can do right now is create some shapes, nothing too special, but hopefully very soon I can just take this whole concept to the next level. So today I have that video for you, but a quick little plug moment here. I've been doing the 365 day art challenge, and I've been going a little bit too crazy lately, but yeah, today's video is based on what I created for day 20 of the challenge, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Picasso so you guys can see what I have in store for the rest of the year. So let's get onto this video. Alright guys, first things first, I'm using a black plain layer. I'm on the 3D setting. I clicked on sphere as my mesh from preset and I pressed create. And so after that I have a nice black sphere. You can make this any color you want, just depends on which colored layer you choose, but I chose black just to kind of contrast from the original photo that I'm working with. So you do have other options too. You can make any other shape as your first one, and yeah, here I am just playing with the lighting and position that I want for my photo, and I'm just going to flatten that layer once I figure out something that I like. I am pressing the select subject, just taking it out from there, and there we cannot move anymore, so make sure you have everything intact before you select your layer to then later paste on the picture that you're working with. So again, make sure everything that you're the shape that you're working with and from the position that you're saving it in, make sure it's the way you want it before you cut and paste. So now I am playing around with this photo of my beautiful model, Kimberly. I will leave all her socials below, but here I am just playing with the perspective of the 3D shape. I'm making sure that the light catch from the 3D portion was kind of emulating the same exact position of the photo that I'm working with. I hope that makes sense. I have no idea how to explain, but I am also erasing whatever white line. I have other videos up of how I cut and paste, create multiple layers so you can play around with your subject from underneath the picture and over the picture. But yeah, make sure again that your 3D shape is kind of, again, we want to make this look realistic as possible, as if it was like a balloon or something already there in the picture. So you do see the light catch from a little bit of the light catch from the top of the 3D shape and a little bit on the side. So I am figuring out how to do the shape according to the light from the original photograph. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I make sure that it's believable, so it is actually being taken during the photo shoot session and not being pasted in Photoshop. So just trying to make this look as realistic as possible. Again, have fun with this. It doesn't have to be all serious, but I'm kind of taking it a little bit serious. But yes, make sure if you're playing around with under your subject or over your subject is a layer of their own. So I do have my model as a second layer, and I'm playing underneath over her, so it does look like it's a balloon or some sort of cool object from the picture. And so again, I just copied and pasted from that same picture, but I did fix the rendering a little bit. So the light catch is coming from the very right side of the sphere. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's very close to that right side of the edge of the sphere. And I am creating a third little bubble sphere here. And again, I'm playing around with that perspective, making sure the light catch is the way I want it to look like. And you don't have to do this every single time you create one, but I want this to look as realistic as possible. You could also save the subject as a JPEG and then later pasting that into a picture, but I think just drag and drop is a little bit easier for mine. And I'm not too picky on cutting out the edges because doing this will give you a little bit of a white edge, and we don't really want that, but that's fine because the background is already white and you can't really see the white edge anyway, and we're not putting another another sphere on top of another sphere like this one, so we don't really care for the final overall look. But make sure, if you don't want to cut those lines, make sure, I will show you later on in this video how we do not work with those white lines. You can hardly see since the background is white, but you will run into complications. And you can play with this in any way that you want. Just playing around with the sizing, I'm playing around with the rotation, with the light catch and all of that. I am pretty picky when it comes to creating things like this. I can take a whole hour or more in creating something like this, but hopefully you're not like me. But if you are, take your time, have fun. If you don't like this idea at all, you don't have to try it. I just wanted to share something new that I've learned and really love and will use for many more shoots in the future. There is no particular way that you can do this. There's no right way to create something like this, but I'm really trying to pay attention to the overall, again, perspective and even the framing idea, to see if it can frame her a little bit more, to fill out those empty blanks, just bring this whole picture to life basically. And I'm using the shapes to kind of frame her a little bit better. I wanted to make her look like she's kind of standing on a balloon. I think that's kind of cool, a cool idea to it. And if you are working underneath your subject, make sure you're working underneath that layer which you use the selective tool over, and then you're going to use the eraser tool to erase those white lines from the original photograph that you're taking your subject from. So you are going to kind of see that in any photograph that you're working on. Maybe you can do that while you're selecting the subject, or you can do that afterwards, which I like to do afterwards because I'm a little bit lazy and I'm not doing anything so insane like hair or anything that is a lot more intricated. So I am just doing like a quick little erasing moment here. And again, I am doing the other foot where I do see a little bit of that white line. We do not want that. At least I don't, because I wanted to make this look as realistic as possible, so I am making sure these are out of the way. And I wasn't sure if I wanted it to make her look like she's tippy-toeing on the sphere. I'm just so hard on myself all the time. I overthink things way too much, but it's fine. It's all part of the process. It's just those minor details that makes your photo pop. And so here we are creating a brand new layer. It does not matter what size it is, just the color. So I'm working with a red color here. We're gonna do the same thing, the 3D subject. We're doing mesh from preset. I'm doing, again, a sphere. And this one's a little bit more fun. There's a little bit more shadow, more catch light, since it's a brighter color than the one that we were working with before. So we are going to be a little bit more careful with this one since there's so much more shadow and more catch light. And I am copying the whole entire layer, not cutting it off from the layer. I am copying the whole 3D layer onto my photo. I took out the shadow from the original photo just because I don't really care for it. It doesn't look realistic at all. And so, yeah, we do not care for that. So I am selecting the whole entire layer and just pasting it into the photo. I'm not cutting it like the black one. So this one you gotta be a little bit more careful with, just because we do not want to cut out the white lines from how you saw I was doing with the boots. We do not want to cut off the lines. The black one is fine just because of the white layer, the white background, but this one we care a little bit more just because I am thinking I did put it on top of another black. So you are going to see those white lines. So we do not want that at all. And I'm redoing this a couple times just so I can get the shadows and the catch light in the right position. But make sure with this one, if you are doing a color and if you are doing it on top of another 3D object, you are going to copy and paste over that. And we're not doing the selective tool like we did with the black spheres. And I think that this looks good already. I was a little bit indecisive about having it over the shape or not. I do have two different versions of this one, but I think it just framed a little bit better without the second one attached to the black one. So I hope you guys liked this video. Please let me know if you'd like me to film more 3D videos like this one, which is coming a lot more often than you think because I'm very obsessed with the whole 3D concept with the photography right now. And with my 365 challenge, it's making me really play with everything lately. I'm feeling super inspired by this project, and if you're an artist watching this right now, please do the 365 challenge. It's so inspiring, and it's a fun little exercise for you every day, and you don't have to worry about likes or comments or anything. You're just focused on creating art and art for you, and that's it. And I love that. So follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Picasso. And you guys, thank you so much for almost 1,000 subscribers. I am shook. Thank you so much for all the support. It's insane, and I'm so grateful. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.